Hi, welcome back to another video. So during my trip to Nagoya in January, I decided to bring a sketching journal with me and I drew a total of 30 pages, which actually surprised me and I thought I would only do like a double spread per day. So I thought it would be nice to do a little flip through and share my journey and maybe some trip advice for Nagoya, so let's jump straight into it. If you're interested on what I'm using for the sketchbook, basically a mechanical pencil and a eraser, and inside there are some pages that have stickers and even like gold pen highlights that I added after I came back from Japan. So here we go. So we arrived in Nagoya in the afternoon, and after unpacking our luggages at our hotel, we will be staying at Nico Styles. So they have like a very convenient spot around, and it takes just 30 minutes walk to our first destination, Sakae. And we had yabadon, which is a very famous pork cutlet with miso sauce. And fair warning, if you're going to Nagoya, please do expect that the food will be more salty than usual because they are famous for their miso sauce. So everything basically has miso sauce in it. And after our dinner, we went to the Pokemon Center. That's a must-do in every Japan location. So I went to the Pokemon Center at Parco, and Parco basically is dedicated a whole building for character goods. So you have Chikoa, you have Pokemon, you have like anime, all that stuff in one building. So it's very worth the walk and shop if you're interested in any anime goods. And after we head back to the hotel, when we exited the metro station, it started snowing, so it will be cold and snowing weather for at least 3 of our days. And normally we would go to Family Mart that is right next to the hotel to buy some desserts to get that convenience store experience. So moving on to day 2. So this page is dedicated fully to the breakfast we had. We originally wanted to go to the Tsubame to try the red bean toast, but unfortunately we were a bit too late to get a ticket, so we have to wait for 2 hours. We're not gonna do that because we have plans for the afternoon. So we switched spots to Coffee House Kako, where they also have red bean toast, but on top of that they paired it with different jams. So you can see here there's orange jam, caramel, apple jam, and matcha jam. They have a lot of homemade like baked goods and even jams for you to purchase on the counter table as well. So I drew the counter where the people are working. It's a very small store, but it's a relatively shorter wait than the Tsubame store. And because in this trip my main goal not only is to travel, visit Japan, but also to try learning more Japanese. So you can see there are Japanese annotations, and even sometimes I put like how it sounds below like the hiragana or katakana. I tried reading the menu in Japanese, and they have this top ranking menu item, which is a banana sandwich. If you're not really into cold dishes, I would not suggest this to you because the bread, first of all, is not toasted. It's more like a dessert. So inside there's banana, red bean, and also cream. And they also come alongside with this very small palette of jam. But if you're into like creamy sandwiches, then you could try it. I think it's a really good dessert, but not a very good breakfast. And every breakfast set comes with a drink. My parents tried the coffee there. It's really good, but I'm not really a coffee person, so I just ordered an Earl Grey tea. I found that they were cooking the tea in a very special pot, and I just drew it. There's nothing really too special about the tea, but it's good. So in the afternoon, we are going to Inuyamajo and also the old town below the castle. There is a package ticket available at the Nagoya Station Tourist Center, so you can just ask them if they have the package. Basically, it includes the ticket to the castle and also the train ticket. which is significantly cheaper than just purchasing it. So moving on, we walked alongside the old town. We tried this snack where it's not mochi, it's not sweet, it's very salty, but it's more like rice crackers instead of like actual whole mochi. I like it, but my parents think it's too salty. And alongside the old town, we saw people using the snow to create like these very cute snow duckies. And on the topic of ducks, I actually brought ratio and adventuring dolls too. It's a great experience for oshikatsu. Moving on to the actual castle. You can actually enter the castle, but if you have any disabilities, I would suggest you not to go, or I don't think you can even enter it because the staircase is really steep. And since we're going during the winter, it's very cold. I have a fear of heights, so when I visited the balcony, I was practically trying so hard to not drop anything because the walkway is so narrow and the fencing is so low. You could almost just drop down from the balcony at that area, so I was sticking to the wall the entire time when I was walking, but the view is amazing. And after the castle, remember, there are stamps right at the exit, so if you're a stamp collector or you have a sketchbook, you can go to the exit on the side. There's a hidden area where they just allow you to make a stamp of the castle, and I got it, and I stamped it perfectly as well. And on the way back down, we walked past this love shrine, and there's this fox statue you can see. And the funny story, when I was taking a picture under the torii gate, when I finished taking the photo and stepped away, the snow piling on top of the torii gate just suddenly fell onto the exact spot I was standing in. I'm not sure if the gods are telling me I'm going to be single forever, but I'll leave that to your interpretation. And finally, note to take is in this area, if you're not eating during lunchtime, most likely all the restaurants gonna be closed after like 2 p.m. So we tried so hard to find a place to eat, and Inuyama-jo is not specifically famous for their food, but their snacks. So the only place we can go to, and luckily more affordable, is a food court around the old town, and it's a udon set I got, and this actually is very special to me. It's eggplant skin that is wrapped between tofu and some rice, I think, and on top, of course, is their famous miso sauce. I think the whole set is vegan except for like the fish balls. So if you're vegan, I think this is a great choice for you. And during the evening, we head back to the city center, and I went to another anime. Yes, Nagoya has at least 2 anime and 1 anime cafe, but I went to the anime because there is a pop-up for Idolish 7. And guess what I got? It's a very normal latte, and the only thing special about this latte, or like they have other drinks as well, they have orange juice, apple juice, just all the basic drinks, but the only thing special about them is they have like this cream foam, so they print like your character on top of it. And of course I have to get Iori because he's my Oshi. And with every purchase, it's not cheap, so with every purchase you get a freebie. I was aiming for Iori or Riku or Sogo, but none of them came because they have 2 sets. One set is just the Idolish 7 group, and the other set is Trigger, Rival, and Zul. And of course, if I'm going for Iori, I'm gonna go for the Idolish 7. And guess who came? His brother came instead of the actual person. Like, I'm not mad. I like Miski, but I would much prefer getting Iori. So Iori will only be remained in my memories in this sketchbook. And I got like a cup holder for Mitsuki. And after that, we went for dinner, and we had dinner at Menya Ichi. So it's a ramen shop, very small ramen shop, and it's very affordable. So this entire trip, except for like the touristy places, all the dinners are most likely affordable. I ordered a salt-based ramen. It tastes not really salty, which is good. It's frothy and milky, and the barbecue pork is nicely roasted, and it's very soft in taste, in terms of taste palette. Compared with my family, who two of them got like a miso base, they also prefer the salt base. So next time if you visit this place, just order the salt base if you prefer a much cleaner taste palette than the rest of the trip where you're just going to experience miso everywhere. After our dinner, there's one more main attraction, which is the claw machine. I have to experience winning something at the claw machine. And guess what? I forgot to buy my sister a birthday present, so I decided to allow her to have like a budget of $100 Hong Kong dollars to get a prize at the crane game machine. And I want to save money, so I have to get it under $100. Guess what? I got it at 70 Hong Kong dollars. So it's a steal, because this specific Mofusan collection is only limited to crane games, and you can't get it like just by shopping. So we got it on the $70 Hong Kong dollar try, and I really had to thank this very nice lady who helped me reposition the doll twice. And very unfortunately, I have to skip to day 4 first, where we went to Ghibli Park. So, if you're planning to visit Ghibli Park, there's a few things to know. First, the VIP tickets and also the regular tickets, they're not too different, with the only main difference being you can only visit Totoro Village with the VIP. And even if you get the regular and buy all the tickets, you still can't get access to the Totoro Village. But people say it's like mid, so we didn't go because we can't get the VIP tickets. And fair warning, if you're thinking, oh, it's already like been a year or so, people are gonna die, the hype is gonna die down, you're wrong. I sat in front of the computer waiting until on the dot, so they open like I think 2 to 3 months before your actual visit date on the 11th. Like, I'll put the time right now, specific time right now. You have to go in and buy your tickets, and I went in on the dot, and I still have to queue, so don't underestimate the wait time. Please prepare, and if you are very unfortunately cannot get the VIP tickets, you can still use your regular ticket and go to the park on the day and buy the other interior areas ticket from like the booths they have at the Witches Valley. So this is one of the interiors. So there's in total 3 interior tickets you can buy. One is for Kiki's Delivery Service House, one is for House Moving Castle, and one is for the Free Witches House. But I would suggest, if you're not into the Free Witches or you haven't watched that movie, you can skip that because it's a very small area. So you can see here it's a very quick sketch for all the items. And one fun fact is that you can actually interact with like objects in the house, and if you're not sure, just ask a staff kindly and they'll show you how to use like the items or the furnitures. And I was sketching on like my sketchbook for a while, so one of the staff just came up to me and was like, "Oh, sugoi, ii e desu ne." And I was like, "Oh, arigato, thank you." And then another thing that you should note is you can't take any photos in like interior areas except for the storage house. So that's why you bring a sketchbook. And I can show you like bits and pieces that caught my eye in the interior areas. And in Kiki's house, of course, there are a lot of cats, black cat motifs, and also witches brewing stuff. And moving on to my favorite, House Moving Castle. only reason I went to the house moving house, like Ghibli Park, mainly is to see Hal's bedroom. Like, it's so accurate, and I've been standing there to draw for like a long time. And let me just say, all of these interior spaces are a one-to-one replica, and I love it so much. And here's some more like magical symbols they have on the walls, and this is how it looks on the outside, where, oh my god, the scenery landscape matches so well. And also, here is my breakfast for before I went to Ghibli Park. And I bought like breakfast at like Family Mart next to my hotel, and of course I have to try the family chicky, and it's really good. Like, people are not lying when they say family chicky is so good. And also I got this pork cutlet sandwich and a caramel tea latte, but mostly you can't even drink the latte part, you can just taste like caramel 100%. Oh yeah, and also when we were visiting the Ghibli Park, it hailed. So during this Nagoya trip, I've experienced all 3 types of snow, like snow, rain, hail, and even sunny days. So I got the whole weather experience. And finally, here are some souvenirs we got. This is Hin, right here. It's the small version, because I can't afford to put another plushie on my bed. And here is my sister's souvenir, which is the cat bus. And let me first show you the tickets first. So these 3 are the residence or interiors. So this is House of the Witches. I would suggest, if you haven't watched the movie, you can just skip this and just buy like the Okino residence and also the House Moving Castle. And this one is a complimentary ticket, movie cinema ticket with your storage house experience. So what you can do here is basically there's this movie cinema, you can watch like exclusive films made for the park. I didn't go, so I get to keep the ticket, but my family went. And also, you can stay however long you want in the storage house. Just remember, once you exit, you can't re-enter. Okay, let's head back to day 3. So day 3, the main reason I forgot to leave space or draw anything is because we joined a local tour and it's really rushed. So these spots are really worth the visit, but I didn't get to go to the parts I want to visit the most. So first is Bachunheung, which is a very secluded village. It's one of the World Heritage, and let me tell you, just go when it's snowing because it's so damn beautiful. It's all covered in snow. I think I can put some images right now, and on the day we went, it's actually snowing like very heavily. And here's one of how the houses look. This is like a far shot I tried to draw. And yeah, some breakfast. I ate the Chinese bun, but actually it tastes really good, like the meat bun. But the dessert is like, okay, it's mid. And unfortunately, after I think during the afternoon, it started to turn into rain instead of snowing, and our stuff are all wet. So we have to rush back to the bus and then go to the other location. And during the other location, we were rushed as well. So we only dropped by like a random ramen shop. It's not particularly famous, but it still has decent ramen. And yeah, a little fun story. What happened is I was tasked to plan the entire trip. So obviously, another reason I was learning Japanese is to make the trip easier for my parents and my family. So I'm not good with stress, and they were questioning, oh, did you order this wrong? Oh, this is not supposed to be yours. And they keep questioning me to the point I was so done and stressed, and I started crying. And this will be relevant for the later days. And after the Bachunheung, we went to Takayama, where I was originally planning to go to the Your Name part of Takayama, but we can't because it's very rushed. but we still get to walk around the streets, and I think I'll put some pictures here. There's not much to see except when you're actually going to Takayama for a day. So please, if you're going to these two places, I would suggest you to leave like one day for one of the spots and the other day for another spot, because these two are really worth the visit. And also I tried the pudding at the Bachinher and it's really good. So what is special about it is basically the lower part. So on top is like normal pudding, but the lower part is like using their water to make like these jelly. So when you eat the pudding, if you're not really into like pure egg caramel taste of the pudding, the water below can actually help you clear the palate. And also they have like a pudding flavored ice cream, which my sister tried, and it's very caramel. Instead, it tastes just like a caramel ice cream rather than a pudding. So you can try it as well. And yeah, for dinner, because it's my dad's birthday, we decided to have like a beef tongue dinner, which comes with this really weird egg with like slime stuff. I was okay with it, but my dad is less flexible with food, so he was feeling not too well after eating the egg, but he still has room for desserts at night. So I don't know about you, but I think this is a pretty good day. Okay, moving on to day 5. Remember I said I was stressed out, right? So this started off a nice day. So I volunteered because I really wanted to try the tsubame red bean toast. So I volunteered to wake up at 6, go down to line up starting at 7:45, and there's already like this amount of people in line, and it's really cold. And luckily, yeah, when they started to open and I got like a ticket number 11, and I only have to wait for 40 minutes. So I think there's a decent wait. But I would suggest if you get like tickets after like 13 or 14 with 2 people, because a majority of the people here are for 2 people, then I think you can just give up, because unless you don't have anything else to do in the afternoon, because it takes like 2 hours minimum for those to wait. And this is what I've ordered. So they have 2 main sets. One is the famous red bean toast. The other one is just like French toast type of bread. And also every set comes with a boiled egg, and you can turn it into a set with the drink. And also this is the honey they have, where you just pour it on top of the toast. And I ordered a drink that is a January limited drink, which is the honey vanilla latte. It tastes so sweet. You know, I'm a sweet tooth. I love it so much. It has like the bit of honey taste within like an ice cream vanilla on top, and the latte is very frothy, just how I would like it to be. So if they released it again next year, maybe you can just give it a try. And also the toast itself is already so good. Like, they're famous for their bread, so it's really worthwhile to just buy their bread at the store and take away to go back to wherever you came from and have a taste of the tsubame bread. And that, I think the bread itself just makes the whole experience elevated. And also the red bean cream cheese. This is a sweet tooth package. So if you're not really into sweets like my dad, then you could try the French toast. It's less mild, a bit more mild. There's things for everyone, and I really think it's worth the try. Okay, moving on to the drama. So what happened is I was kept being told, or like indirectly complained to, about how my itinerary is not good. I didn't look through the terms and conditions. So the TLDR is they were nagging, and I didn't feel like I was respected, and I got into an argument with my mom, which automatically makes me enemies with the entire family, because my mom is very vocal about her respect and all that stuff. So in the afternoon, lunch, I didn't even bother to talk to them, and I decided to go on a solo exploration. So I took an hour walk, and this city walk, there is like random stuff. You can see this weird bird and also the seagull. And my main goal is to go to Shirotori Garden. This is the ticket. It's like 300 yen, so it's like a cheap park experience. This park itself is built based on the Nagoya landscape, so every element in the park is reflected into the entire Nagoya space. So you got mountains and you got bamboos, like in respect to different areas. And before I entered the garden, there's already a black cat. I think it's a really shy cat, so I didn't get to approach it very closely. I think I will put some footage right now. And there's also a second cat, which is much more friendlier. It just went straight over to me and just started meow 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 meowing. And I drew some of the extracts. There's also ducks there, and the koi fish are actually really scary. They just pop above the water and start like opening their mouth, thinking I was gonna feed them. So yeah, I drew some right here. And of course, every solo exploration, I still have to deal with my family. I have to resort with them, or else my trip is gonna be so bad afterwards. So I have to suck it up and take the train back to Oasis 21, which is at the Sakai region. So yeah, I was mad. You can see here, I was really mad. And also, very unfortunately, on the same day, like right on as we are on the train ride, I received news that I lost another manga competition. So my mood is just like the lowest of the lows. And there's not much to see at Oasis other than just to shop downstairs at the basement. And guess what I did after I resorted my family issues? I went to Wigo and got my Ita bag. My very first Ita bag. And guess who it's for? It's for Rishurin! Like, I can show you one of the pieces I was planning to put onto it, but I don't want the badge or the case to be ruined, so I just decided to put it on my table as the display. Guys, I'm gonna quickly pause the flip through to show you the Ita bag. So, very obviously, it's gonna be Dr. Ratio and Rishurin themed. And I got these ribbons. And this bag has 2 windows on both sides, so you can put different items. And this is my merch, very pretty. And then I got these 2 cards from my friends. This 2 badges that came along with like one of the purchases. This badge as well, and these 2 are from a Chinese artist. And right now you will see some footages of the Ita bag as well, so you can enjoy the full glory of my Ita bag. I'm so proud of this build. So yeah, back to the sketchbook tour. And afterwards, after the showcase, hope you enjoy my Ita bag. And for dinner, we went to this fish market where we just ate like a sashimi don with yuzu soda. The yuzu soda makes me feel like I'm drinking beer because of the cup. And it's okay, it's fresh, but if you're not really into seafood, I would suggest you just avoid this place. But the tempura they made is so good. So this is the store name, and it's also near our hotel. And yeah, here's the last day. Of course, what's a Nagoya trip without going to the Nagoya Castle, right? So we went to the Nagoya Castle, and very unfortunately, because they're still doing renovations right now for like earthquake prevention, so we can't go up to the top, which is what most people do. So we only visited the residence that is next to the Nagoya Castle. But the residence is mostly a replica because it's already bombed during World War II. But the paintings and artwork there is very worth the visit. but also the flooring is cold again. So yeah, remember to bring socks. Don't wear your flip-flops unless you're going in summer. And after the visit at the residence, suddenly on top of the castle there are a lot of like huge crows flying around. Don't know what that's about. But yeah, that's mostly how we went by the Nagoya castle, and there's not much to do, so we decided to slip in a last minute shopping session at Parco. And here is the pretty cute store built. They have like the character boards, but very unfortunately Melon Cure Kiss is just blocked behind Cure Idol, so I decided to draw this as well. Look at how cute Melon is. And also I went with my sister to the Mofusan store, where they have this really cute Mofusan statue and a cupcake for the Nagoya store. We have to end our shopping spree back to our hotel to get our luggage. Also another thing about Nagoya, because we were going to the Nagoya station to take the airport express back to the airport, we realized the station does not have lifts. They don't have escalators. So what we had to do is to move our very heavy luggages all the way downstairs to the platform. And because my dad had like a bad arm, so I have to volunteer to help. I don't want my dad to get hurt. And you can see the final day, there's not much I drew other than like the train ride back. Because it's during sunset, I took a picture. I think I'm gonna put it right now, and it's really beautiful. It's just like an anime scene, so of course I have to draw like the train stations type of stuff. Very unfortunately, because my mom bought some like liquid products as souvenirs, that's over the limit, so we have to put it in our luggage. We don't know that we don't have to declare it after customs, so we had to walk up and down the steep slope to find someone who could help us. And guess what? I'm responsible to carry all the luggages. I have to walk back up the super steep slope, very long slope, back upstairs, and I was dying. This is the first time I sweat in the entire trip in winter, which is crazy. And after pushing all of these luggages, guess what? I sprained my ankle during dinner. And that wraps up our Japan trip. Also, I did not include this part in the journal because I don't want to remember like the bad stuff. A bad experience. We were seen as tourists in Japan. I know there's a tourist problem, especially because I'm Chinese. I think with the tension happening, there were people who are obviously avoiding us. But overall, I enjoyed my Japan trip, and here is like 30 pages of it, so how could you say I'm not like fully entranced by Japan, right? So if you enjoy this kind of flip through, just let me know. And if you enjoy the art, also let me know, because I rarely show my like real life drawings or sketches online. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you like more content like this. Without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!